Welcome to Auto Club Los Angeles YouTube channel where we are reviewing the cars, motorcycles and bicycles. I recently purchased a Specialized road bike and, like most of you, I need front light. Sometimes, I'm riding the bike during the night, and very often when I'm riding during the day, I simply want to be visible to traffic on the road so that I survive the bike ride. So I was looking to purchase some of the bike lights, and you have to admit, you have millions of them to buy online, and what I was trying to avoid is actually to have my front light or headlight of the bike mounted on the stem or on the top of the handlebar. Why? Because I would like rather, if I can choose, that my headlight or front light of my bike to be mounted in front of my handlebars, or so that my handlebars are kind of clean. And also I like that the stem of my handlebars is also clean, because often I'm jogging with the bike in my right hand and then I'm holding the bike with my right hand to the stem of the bike. So if I have a lot of accessories there, it's kind of become a bulky, and I don't like that. I don't like that look, and I don't like the functionality. So I was looking for some light that could be possible to mount in front of the bike under the handlebar or something like that. And after a lot of research, I found that only such a light is actually made by Specialized, the same brand that my bike is. So I checked the Flux 1250 headlight, and I kind of like it. I like the way how you can mount it on the handlebars. You can put it underneath your handlebars. It's become almost invisible from a rider's position, and your handlebars and the stem of your bike is actually clean and nice, and I like that look and hopefully the functionality. I was checking the Flux 1250 on the Specialized website, and I noticed that, like, 2 weeks ago, when you click here on the reviews, you would get tons of reviews for original users, the people who actually purchased this light, use it, and then left the review. Reviews were terrible. People gave the most terrible grades, like nobody liked it light. Everybody had only bad thing to say. They say that it's rattles, that the battery doesn't last long, that it's constantly overheating, and then once when it's overheated, that it's switched from high power mode down to mid mode and things like that. So I decided actually that despite of these bad reviews, that actually Specialized completely deleted from their website. Regardless, I decided to actually purchase this light. I spent almost $150 to purchase it. I purchased it, and now I've been using it for almost 3 weeks, if I'm not wrong. So in this video, please stay with us. I'll make a complete video about how to mount the bike, mount the headlight on your bike, but also, even more important, I will show you how it performed during the night hours in a total darkness. And then the third part of the review will be actually test of how long this bike can go in a highest possible mode. So will it last for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? You will see my test. So stay with us for next couple of minutes and you will get the best first-hand test review of the Flux 1250. I recorded this deboxing part of the video and it lasted for 4 minutes, so later when I was editing this video I realized that it's too long. Nobody's gonna watch 4 minutes of deboxing of one simple bike light. But so I speed it up, and let me honestly tell you, Flux 1250 is a very well built light. When you have it in your hands, you absolutely immediately realize that this is a good, solid, expensive product. It's not cheap Chinese crap. This is a great product, and everything that comes in a box you can actually see on the Specialized website that I believe that you already checked out. So check all the parts that will come in a box on their website. I've been playing with the Flux 1250 for a couple of minutes, and at least on 1 month I found that rattle. Look at this. This is the probably helmet mount, and Flux are fixed like this, and then look at this. It rattles right here. I don't know what you can do to fix it, because there is no screws or anything. And let's try it with a different mount. I don't know which mount I'm gonna use on my bike, but let me say that this is the one. And with this one there is none of that rattling. This one holds the Flux 1250 much better. So hopefully I'm gonna use this mount. I have no idea right now. First impression till now, in the last 15 minutes of use, couple of things. First, it doesn't rattle at all anymore. When you mounted it properly, it doesn't rattle at all. Second thing, to kind of adjust the angle of your light, do you want a little bit closer to your wheel or further away? You have to have a Allen key to kind of adjust it here, even though right here when you adjusted it with the Allen key, it only goes in a certain steps, so that step can be too much or too little for you. So another option is to simply pull this lever up, adjust it right here a little bit, and then tighten it again. That way it will be perfect every time you want. So it's not very complicated at all. The only bad thing that I could say for now is that light very easily dims itself from a high mode into the middle mode. It has some kind of its own will, do that whenever it wants. Probably it's overheating protection that kind of, you know, makes decision, oh, light is too hot, I have to dim it down in order to preserve the LEDs, and then it's automatically do that. Now, when you start pedaling again and you hit some speed, then you kind of cool off the light and boom, suddenly light is again automatically in a high beam mode. Now I'm living in Southern California. This is after all Auto Club Los Angeles, so it's never too cold right here. If you're living in Sweden, probably you won't have that problem at all. Who knows, you know, depending on your geographical position. Okay, the good thing about the Flex is that it has windows on the left and also on the right side, and those two windows actually letting a little bit of light on the side of the bicycle. So when you're cycling, basically your hands and your cycling jacket are lit pretty well, so you get some additional visibility on the road, which is always a plus. Okay, now let me try to show you. Okay, so this is the visibility with the Flex 1250. It's actually pretty good. I'm now cycling next to the ocean. Here it's a little bit colder, so we don't have any overheating issues, and the light actually producing nice light. So I feel pretty safe. I can see every bump in the road, every pothole if there is one, and I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty visible to incoming traffic. So in a high beam mode, Flex 1250 producing excellent light. Okay, so this is actually low mode. This is then high beams or high mode. This should be mid mode, and this is again low mode. I'm like maybe 20 yards from that wall, so high beam provides excellent light, and I can see everything right here in this neighborhood. So it's a pretty good light that 1250 Flux provides. You can really see a lot and be safe in a traffic. Okay, quickly, let's go through some strobe modes. I like this strobe mode a lot. It's irregular, it's strong, and it's changing the patterns from left LED and then uses the quickly right LED and then switches back and forth, and that's great. Then this is some kind of, you know, woo 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 woo, something, I don't know how to describe that, some slow mode. Then I don't know what it is, but then let's switch to a different strobes, and I like this one the most. How the bike is visible from a side, it's great. Look at this. I'm right now behind the bike. I can still see a lot of light in front of me. That's how it looks like if you're driving a car behind this bike. And now let's try to see how it would look if we are incoming traffic and we approaching this bike from the opposite direction. It's actually pretty light. It's almost blinding light. So you have to take that in consideration. Let's check it out a little bit more. Again, pretty bright, I have to admit. You can see everything. That's not bad. 1200 lumens, it's great. 1200 lumens provide a lot of light. I can see everything on the road in front of me. Okay, maybe I have a little problem of maintaining my balance, cycling uphill and filming at the same time. But one thing is sure, there is a lot of light in front of me and I can see everything. Again, little test. Mid mode, low mode, high mode. High mode, you can see everything. Everything. And well, it's also good, you know, dispersion of the light on the road is excellent as well. You don't have one very strong central high beam and then, you know, nothing again. The spill is great on this light. You can really see left and right pretty well. And for the end of this review of the Flex 1250, we'll do a little test. We'll test for how long the Flex 1250 can go in a high mode. So we'll put the flex on a on a glass that transmits the heat very well. We'll put it in front of the fan that is going to keep it cool, and we have a stopwatch right there. So let's try to do that. No overheating, flex is properly cooled off, so it should go for at least an hour and more. We'll check it out. Okay, so what is the result? Well, after 1 hour and 20 minutes, Flux 1250 went down from high mode to mid mode and stayed there for next 8 minutes. Still has a lot of power. It can go, I don't know for how long, but the high mode was around 1 hour and 20 minutes. So that's the conclusion of our basic but very effective test. This handlebar mount, this clamshell that comes together to hold the flux, they have a rubber part from inside, so they won't scratch your handlebar, and that's great. And then this is the steady flash mode, 300 plus 300 lumens. I really love that, really a lot. This is some kind of a daytime flash mode that's supposed to last for over 20 hours. Then you have a very low mode, 120 lumens, that can go for 10 hours. And then you can have a super low mode that can go for 60 lumens for 20 hours. And again, this is the best strobe mode for road bicycle that I ever saw on any bike, on any light. I really like that feature a lot, and that was the main reason why I kept the Flux 1250. You can really position it almost on any way you want on your handlebar. Even though I have to admit that, you know, because of cables here, I could not push it a little bit more downwards, you know, so it stayed a little bit in front and above my handlebar. This is how the strobe mode looks from incoming traffic. That's probably what the motorcyclists and car drivers from the opposite direction will see. We really like how the flex looks like, and we didn't have the problems with overheating any time later, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe the flux build up some muscles, I have no idea. But it's beautifully made. To me, it's excellent quality and highly beautiful front light, and I decided to keep it because it's simply irresistibly beautiful and effective. It's really easy to take the flux down when you're going into a cafe or somewhere you want to take it with you, and it's also very easy to put it back on the mount on your bike when you want to continue cycling, you know. So it really looks great, it's effective, lasts for a long time, provides beautiful strobe and a great light, and for me, even more important, my handlebar and the stem of my bike are clean, they look good, and I really like the Flux 1250.